Hi, good evening.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, sir.
My voice is clear and audible to everyone.
Yes, sir. Audible.
Great, great.
Okay. Greetings, everyone. As we embark on another day of knowledge and skill building, I am absolutely thrilled to announce today's esteemed guest, Aarush Dhawan. He is the co-founder and CMO of Service Infowise Home Services Private Limited, ex-CEO Amplify Plus Electronics, and co-founder Brand Headed. He has worked with brands like the Times of India, Nestle, The Square, and others. Entrepreneur, hustler, problem solver, and passionate about building businesses and brands. An accomplished professional with 15 years of successful career in brand building, corporate sales, B2B sales, D2C sales, strategy planning, channel sales, modern trade, exposure of working in various sectors, including FMCG, consumer electronics, media and publication, NGO, hospitality. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much, Divyam, for such a lovely introduction. I'm overwhelmed with this. Thank you so much. Great. So, first of all, let me know you guys are comfortable in Hindi, English, or mix of both, or how do you want to take this?
So, whatever you're comfortable with.
Great. So, good evening, everyone. And first of all, thank you for joining this session because it's a 7 p.m. session, and I'm sure that many young guys like you have plans during this period of time. How many of you have dished those such plans as of now for today for this session? Yeah, you have. Great. When I was a student, I used to hate such sessions after 6 p.m. No, because this is the time where we used to go out, have fun. In Delhi language, we used to call it tafri time. So thank you for giving me that tafri time. So great. But now that you all are here, let's utilize this time and make the best of it. Great. So what I'll do is see, it is a very, you can say, informal discussion kind of a thing. I have prepared a presentation, but we can have a dialogue. Anytime you have a question, any doubt, anything you want to ask, I'm open to it. We'll have a question and answer session post the presentation, but in between also, if you feel like that, you can please let me know. Yeah, I want to have an interaction with young guys like you. I'm also not old, but yeah, great. So I'll just present my screen and then we'll take this forward from there. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Great. So, as Divyam told, so first of all, I'll introduce myself a bit. Yes, now I am the co-founder of a company named Service, and we are into consumer tech. And I'll explain you about the company, what we are doing, what we are solving as we go on in our presentation. So I'll link all the concepts with what we are doing with the real life examples, right? So during our discussion, we'll briefly touch upon the following topics. One is surely entrepreneurship, what it's all about, what's the essence of it. Then, when you become an entrepreneur, what are the major things you need to understand before starting? So first of all, would be defining a problem statement which you need to solve, right? Second would be problem validation and market size, how we judge that. Then we would be discussing about you can say possible solutions and processes to solve that problem, and then we'll end with customer value proposition. So these would be the topics we would be covering, but there would be other topics also we would come across, and we'll discuss that. Right? Great. So let's start. So who's an entrepreneur? Divyam, any answer? Anybody else? What do you think? What do you feel?
The young minds who have ideas for startups and plan something big for the future, having business mindsets and
Mm-hmm.
future goals.
Okay. Yeah. That's great, and that is one of the answers. Yes. So, but Reid Hoffman. How many of you know who's Reid Hoffman? So he's the founder of LinkedIn. Keep asking these questions, but you don't need to answer this, and you don't need to know everything. But yes, so Reid Hoffman is the founder of LinkedIn, and he has given this definition of entrepreneurship. And if a person of his stature gives a definition, I go by that. So he says that entrepreneur is someone who jumps off a cliff and builds a plane on the way down. What does that mean? So when you are entrepreneur, when you become an entrepreneur, you don't have answers for everything, and you are not in a position to solve everything when you start. But as you go along through the journey of entrepreneurship, you come across a lot of life examples, life situations, which teach you, right? So just do it, just go for it. And you guys are lucky that you guys are studying entrepreneurship. So you have this subject, you are exposed to these courses and these kind of content. But yeah, you would be well prepared before entering. But I'll still say that the actual journey will begin when you actually start on become an entrepreneur. Because every day there would be a new problem to solve, new challenge to overcome. There would be new achievements to be achieved and new milestones to be overcome. So that journey would teach you a lot. A lot of speakers like me would come and go, and they share their live examples, what they have faced, what they have seen. But your journey would be your own. You won't be facing much things which we have seen. You would be facing something new, some new challenges, some new opportunities, some new businesses. So that's your journey. So don't let yourself stop yourself in becoming an entrepreneur because you feel that right now I'm not ready to hit the market. Just hit it and you will be there, right? What does an entrepreneur do? Any answers? Anybody? No? Yeah.
So they build businesses.
They build businesses. Great. What else? What all they do? Sorry?
So we have answers in the chat box as well.
Okay. I'll see that too. Okay. Solve the problem of the society. Entrepreneur comes with a solution. That's great. Okay.
They innovate something to improve the standard of living.
Great. Yeah. Great. Okay. So I'll share what entrepreneurs do. That's what my friends in the first picture believe what I do. So that's quite fine. No, they think I'm very cool and I meet cool people and do cool stuff. What my mom thinks that I'm a geek. I'm a workaholic. What society thinks that I would be next Steve Jobs. Yeah. What my government thinks the same for all startups that they are just burning money and enjoying their lives. What I think I do is I'm solving a big problem which the society faces. But I what really do, if I would tell you that what I really do is something that is amalgamation of everything a person can do in his lifetime in terms of his career, right? So when you become an entrepreneur, see, we all start generally from basics, right? We have limited resources to start our business, so we have to do a lot of roles on our own when we start. So we are the visionaries, we are the strategists, we are the accountants, we are the salesperson, we are the marketing person, we are also the HRs, we are also the PNs of the office. So we do each and everything which is required to run a business. So it seems like a very glorified position as a founder, as entrepreneurs. But in the beginning, it's everything and every possible thing on the planet you have to do. So that last picture shows that, and familiarize these pictures. So when you become entrepreneurs, you'll come across these situations, right? Okay. But what matters to me is what really my father thinks of me, right? What he says. So he says, entrepreneurs, that's what my job lesson think he is. Don't judge my father. You will hear a lot of such lines, or such, you can say, opinions from the society, from everybody, when you start. And it doesn't matter when you start, it doesn't matter how you start, how big you start or small you start, every time you will come across opinions about entrepreneurship, right? So if you have a lot of experience, people would say that you have a lot of experience, you are in a good paying job, why do you want to have a startup and risk all that? If you are a student, just passed out from a college, and you want to do a startup, people will say you don't have experience, how will you do a startup? That's a problem, right? If you have a family business and you want to take it to another level, people would say that you are not creating anything new, you are just doing what your parents were doing. And if you don't have a family business, they would say that you don't have the experience in your family, how would you run a business, right? Sometimes it would be you are too young, you are too old, you have a lot of money, don't burn it, invest it. You have no money, how will you run a business? So you will come across a lot of opinions from the society as an entrepreneur, right? When you start this process. But the thing is that if you want to do it, just do it. People would come and go, they'll have their opinions, listen to them, take all the positives from them, leave the negatives, and just go on your journey. It is not that simple. I'll explain you that what all an entrepreneur has to go through. But yes, if you have it and you want to do it, just do it. So on a serious note, what is an entrepreneur? What is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is living a few years of your life like most people won't, so that you can spend the rest of your life like most people can't. Any thoughts on these lines? What does these lines state, and what message do you get? No?
It's like work when most of them are partying, and then you
Mhm.
will party when everyone will be working.
Yeah, you won't be partying even then, but yes. So to transform your life, and see, we all have big dreams that we have to become successful, and we aim for that, we aspire for that. But for that, for the first few years, you have to do something which others are not doing, right? These people are again the same people who I discussed, that who were there telling you that don't do this, you will face problems, you don't have experience, you don't have money, how will you do it? Everything, right? But these are those people who also wanted to do it, but they never had the courage to take that first step, right? So take that first step. For the first few years, it would be, yes, it would be a struggle, yes, it would be a journey which teaches you, and you fall and you do then come back on your feet, you understand, you learn. But after a few years, people would see that yes, we thought of doing that, but we never did that, but this person did that. So to get that feeling, yes, we party when we succeed, we party. But the feeling of success is when everybody's the odds are against you and you prove them wrong, and you come out as a winner. So that's the feeling I'm talking about. So give those few years. When if you want to become an entrepreneur, you give those few years, and in return you'll get that feeling, right? Okay. And even if we don't start our own businesses, or we don't become our entrepreneurs, still these lessons of entrepreneurship help you in your daily life, in your coming career. Because as professionals, you would be leading a team somewhere down the line in your career. There also these skills come in handy, because running a team, running a division, running a department also requires entrepreneurship skills. Yep. So what entrepreneurs require, right? What are the traits? What should they have? So first of all, that any entrepreneur should be a hustler. Yeah. Lazy people don't become good entrepreneurs. That's my judgment. And lazy, I don't mean that people who sleep a lot. No, people sleep a lot. Also, still they are workaholics. Still they are busy. Still they are decisive. People party a lot. Still they are workaholics. Still they are hustlers. So hustler means that who wants to make things happen. Even he's sleeping, he's dreaming about that. What next I can do. That's a hustler. So that's the most important quality for an entrepreneur. Second is inventor. He should come out with ideas, not problems, but solutions. Everybody in this world comes up that this has to happen. How will it happen? But entrepreneurs are the one who give solutions. Yeah. So okay. Then entrepreneurs should be explorers. They should be curious, learners, tolerant, and risk takers. So when I was in my corporate life, I had a 15 years of experience in my corporate career. I worked with multiple brands in sales, marketing, and business development. But whenever I used to work in these departments, I always used to interact with finance people, HR people, any department, even the tech people, design team, everybody. I used to interact with them because I was very curious to know that how they work, what are their KRAs, what skill sets they require and what they use. So an entrepreneur grabs all those things as he is an explorer, and he should be always curious about what is happening around. He should be an evangelist, very charismatic, and he should be a spokesperson. He should be excitable because when he talks, people should listen, right? Somebody who comes in with a you can say a baggage that let's see what will happen. Well, we'll talk about it. People don't give a damn to it. Mind my language, but yeah, people don't care. But somebody comes in like, let's do this. You know what's new in the market. Let's do that. I'm thinking about this. So people tend to listen to such people, right? So because they induce energy into the room and into the environment. Unstoppable, yes, entrepreneurs are unstoppable. There are a lot of hurdles which come in. There are a lot of challenges which come in. There are people who would just give up, but entrepreneurs don't give up. They just keep fighting. The biggest example I give is from cricket. I used to be a district level cricketer, so our coach used to tell us that whenever you're on a crease and imagine a first day of a test match and there is a new ball and the pitch is green, right? You have two options. One is that no ball is coming to your bat and it's hitting you. So one option is that you strike out. You just make rash shots and go out, right? Another thing is take the balls on your body. Just stay there. Stay for a while. After some time, there would be sunlight. The pitch would dry up. The ball would go old, and everything will hit between your bat. But that time, you have to survive on that pitch. So entrepreneurs have to have that quality to survive, even in the most difficult situations. Yes, stay on the pitch. Just play. Right? They should be very logical, conservative. So data is very important. Data analysis, understanding the trends, understanding the business, understanding the environment, what is happening in the market. So all these things should be on the tip of an entrepreneur. They should be scrappy. Scrappy means they should be street smart. They should be resourceful, right? They should be, yeah, you can say they can pick up a call and call anybody if they need help, if they need advice. They should not be reluctant that why should I call that person? उससे तो मेरी बात नहीं हुई है. उससे मैंने 1 साल पहले बात करी थी. अब मैं बात करूंगा तो क्या लगेगा? All those things should not come, right? He should be very resourceful, very networking kind of a person, and obviously he should be a visionary. He should have a bigger picture, a bird's eye view that what in the end he wants to achieve, what he wants to build, right? These are not just small processes or technology, what we talk about right now, an app or something. What you want to achieve on a bigger picture level. So that vision has to be there, right? So these are the major qualities or personas you can say of a successful entrepreneur. But I would say that even if see it's not mandatory, you should have all these traits as 100%. Even if you have 30% of an explorer, you are a 40% of an inventor, you're good to go. right? During your school days, what's the passing percentage during your school age? Maybe 9, 10th. What was the passing percentage?
35.
35. Why were you promoted? Even not you, but in general, why are people promoted even if they score only 35%? The 65, rest of the 65% they never understood, right? Even then they are promoted because it's an assumption that even if you have the basic knowledge and you are put to another level test, you would automatically come to grounds with the previous course or previous challenges, right? So when you face difficult or more difficult challenges, you come across and you come over the previous challenges. That's why the passing percentage is 35, 40. Even if you have that much, you can promote. So even if you have 30% of this, 40% of that, you can go ahead. Don't wait that I should have 100% of all these. No, right? And even with all these, I'll give an example. You guys know Lord Ram and Lord Krishna. Yeah, most of us know that. क्या फर्क है भगवान राम में और कृष्ण जी में? What is the significant difference? And I'm sure you must know that both are Vishnu's avatars, right? Both are same Vishnu's avatars, but there's a significant difference. What is that? Any wild guess? What's the difference? Okay, I'll give you an example. We call Lord Ram as Maryada Purushottam Ram, right? We call him that. Do we call Krishna ji Maryada Purushottam Krishna? Why is that difference? Any wild guess, any logic would do. Anybody, anything, what comes to your mind? Why not Maryada Purushottam Krishna and only Maryada Purushottam Ram? No? Okay. So the basic difference is that Ram is a process-oriented leader. Okay. Krishna is a target-oriented leader. So there's a major difference. So Ramji would tell that even if I don't achieve my goal, even if I lose in the end, I would do everything according to the process. कभी झूठ नहीं बोलना है, right? जैसा सच है वैसे ही चलना है, ऐसे किसी को रिक्वेस्ट करनी है तो वैसे ही करनी है, ठीक है? कुछ गलत नहीं करना है, because if what he believes that if he will follow the process, he'll get the end result, right? But Krishnji, on the other hand, he was the greatest leader. If you must have read Bhagavad Gita, any of you, he's the greatest leader. He motivated. He was the greatest and the first motivational speaker of our times, right? He motivated Arjun in between a battleground. So Krishnji is a target-oriented leader. Krishnji has a target in mind. He would do anything or everything to achieve that, even if it's talking to the enemies, manipulating them, creating something which is not there. So they have all of those stories of Krishnji that Chal, Kapat, everything he used. Sam, Dan, Dan, Vived, everything he used, just that the target is achieved. So he's a target-oriented person. Ramji is a process-oriented person, right? So that's a major difference. But for us, we are not gods. So we take both the approaches. We can take both approaches. In some situations, we can become process-oriented, right? We can analyze data. We can understand the results, what will happen, what are the trends, right? And in some places, we can be target-oriented where we can go out of the box. We can think out of the box, not just the process, but we can devise our own tactics to achieve our target, right? So an entrepreneur should be a mix of both. Yep. Great. So now we'll discuss about the process of entrepreneurship. Yeah. One second. All right. So first of all, I'll give you this picture. Just have a look at it. We'll discuss it right now in brief. Then what I'll do is I'll explain my entrepreneurship journey, how we have done things, what we have solved, what we are doing, and then again we'll see this picture and we can relate that. Yeah. So this is the process where in the first step, whenever you try to become an entrepreneur, you want to start something new. The first step is problem statement. What do you want to solve? There would be a problem around which there would be a solution, around which there would be products, around which there would be profitability, right? And around that, there would be an entire business model. So the first step is to identify a problem you want to solve. Second is validating that problem. Okay. Validating that problem means that how big is that problem? Is it big enough? Is the market size big enough so that we can have a growing business around it, a scalable business around it? So we have to understand what market size it is. So you must have on this in Shark Tank now. These terms are very common: TAM, SAM, SOM, right? So we have to understand what is the TAM. So if there is a big TAM, definitely we can make a business around it, around that problem. Okay. I'll just give you an example for this. So there was a company by the name of Go Nuts. Okay, and that's a Mumbai-based company. I'm sure most of you are Mumbai-based. So Go Nuts was a company launched, and they identified a problem that people who want to surprise their relatives or their loved ones, so they can offer them a customized message from celebrities on their birthdays, on their anniversaries, or some important days. Yeah, it's a problem that people want to overwhelm their loved ones. But how many people in this world, or in at least in India, would care about getting that message, pay for that message, rather than paying for a good gift or gifting an iPhone or taking them to a 5-star restaurant for a wonderful experience and investing that money to get a celebrity to just say happy birthday? Yeah. So that TAM, that market size, total addressable market, was very small. Yes, there were people who were ready to invest, but that number is very small. So that company shut down just because they were not able to judge the market size of this problem. Okay. Then third, after validating the problem and the market, you have to think about solutions and processes to solve that problem. Right? What will you solve? If there is a problem, there would be a solution. What that solution would be? Then it's the step is customer value proposition. When you solve that problem to your product or processes or services, what value are you adding to your customer? Right? We'll understand this and discuss this in detail in our other slides. But that in simple terms, it is मेरे को क्या फायदा, customer को क्या फायदा, क्या मिल रहा मेरे को, right? That is customer value proposition. कि आप मेरे लिए क्या solve करके दे रहे हो? Okay. Once you decide that, then obviously you have to hire a team. Yes, then there is tech. Nowadays, no business is viable without tech. So you have to devise the tech. Either it's an app, it's a web-based portal, or your processes are tech-based, everything. So that all needs to be understood. Then test MVP. Anybody know what's MVP? Any idea? What's MVP? So it's the short form of minimum viable product. Okay. What is minimum viable product? Is that when you do all the steps we have discussed on the left side, you do a test marketing. With a smaller product or a service, you test that service because you don't want to invest in something you have not tested in and you don't know the results of it. So minimum viable product can be anything. If it's an app, you make a basic app and you give it to people on free basis and tell them to use it. If it's a service, then you tell people to use that service, a set of people to use that service and give them feedback. If it's a product, you make a prototype and give it to people. So it's testing the market. All right. Then you have to evaluate the results when you launch and you test. When you test your MVP, you have to evaluate the results of it. And then based on those results, you customize the product or the solution you are giving, and you launch that product. Then you acquire customers. Then you build a relationship with your customers for cross-selling, upselling, giving them new products, and increasing the wallet share from them, and then eventually expanding your business. Right? So this is the process. Now, so I'll share my entrepreneurship story of service, and we'll see how these steps fit in. Yeah, that would do. Okay. So first of all, why it started? Why did we do this startup? So there was a very you can say big reason for this, and it was this. This is my co-founder's washroom. Okay. So my co-founder, I'm based out of Noida, and my co-founder is basically from Jamshedpur. Okay. So this guy has done a lot of work, and he has worked with multinational companies and earned a lot and everything. He has done that. So one fine day, he thought that I've earned a lot, so I should renovate my parents' house. So he went back to Jamshedpur. He ordered all the, you can say, the most expensive products for the washroom, be it geysers, be it sanitary, for kitchen, all the modern appliances, be it water system or water purification systems, or you can say cooking hobs, everything possible he could do, he ordered that. But when those things arrived, there was no person to handle those products, no person to install those. There was no after sale service for those products in a city like Jamshedpur. There were people in cities like Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, Hyderabad, metros. But in tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 cities, nobody had the expertise to deal with these products. Yeah. So that's Rajnikant on the left side. The name does it itself. He's Rajnikant, so he can do anything. So that's Rajnikant. He lives in Jamshedpur. That's his story, is part of the story. So he was struggling as a customer, that he has got those products, but there's nobody to solve his problems in terms of installation and service. On the other hand, I was in Noida. I was the CEO of an electronics brand itself, and I was expanding my business in terms of sales. I was expanding into new markets, new territories, new products. I was getting distributors appointed and retailers appointed. I had my stocks all over India. But one fine day, I realized that we all companies as brands, we give in warranty services. Yeah. But when those calls started to come in, the in warranty calls, when customers called me from places like Chhapra, places like Varangal, and many other tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 cities where I had expanded my business, I was helpless. I was not able to give customer support or service support to my customers in those areas. So as a brand, I was suffering, and Rajnikant as a customer was suffering. And by God's grace, we didn't know each other till that time. But by God's grace, over LinkedIn, we met and we discussed this, that yeah, this problem exists. This problem exists in India, and there's a huge market which is facing this problem. So let's do something about it. And that's where we both came in. Yeah. And what we identified. So the first step was problem identification, right? Problem statement. What is the problem? So the problem is inaccessible quality service across Bharat. This is the major, it is a problem statement, first problem statement. That ye problem hai. India mein, there are cities, there are places where people earn a good money, good money. They have money to invest into products, and they are buying from Amazon, from Flipkart, and they are delivering to each pin code in India. But 80% of India still does not have access to reliable appliance service, which leads to customer dissatisfaction, reduced product life, resulting in brand abandonment. Right? So the problem is threefold. First, the service is unaffordable. Mostly in cities also, anybody who walks in, he can give any rate that these are the spare parts, you need this, we would charge so much for this installation, and you don't know the exact market price and you end up paying that. Second is unauthentic. So you don't know the spares which people are using are from the brand or they have procured it from local market, or if there is a warranty or there's not a warranty, who will I call if that product goes bad. So all those issues. And the third and the major one is unaccessible, lack of access to experienced and certified technicians. And this is the biggest problem. The third one, that people do not have access to certified technicians or service centers in tier 2, tier 3 and beyond cities, right? You understand tier 2, tier 3, 4, right? Anything beyond metros. Yeah. So we all are, most of us are living in metro, so we don't face such a problem because we have options of authorized service centers of brands. We have access to Urban Company and other apps where we can put in our, you can say, request and we can get that service. But as we go along, so there are, if I could give you a broader picture, again, I'll ask you a question. How many consumer electronics brand do you think there would that exist in India? What would be a random number? How many consumer electronics brand would be there? Sorry? Any random number?
Around 50,000.
Yeah, you have you have exceeded my expectation. But yes, there are around 10,000 brands, right, in India who are operating. And if I would tell you to name, most of us would name the top, I think, say 100 or 200 brands. We could name and we could know, we could recognize, maybe 500. But there are another 9,500 brands which exist in India. Some are, you can say, some are local level brands, some are regional level brands, some brands operate only in South India, some in North India, some in Pan India. There are 10,000 brands. But when we talk about the service presence, so no brand has, first of all, Pan India presence in terms of their service, but they promise that they would give in warranty services to all their customers, but they're not able to do that because they don't have a Pan India network. The major problem is that to set up a service center for a brand, it takes around 25 to 30 lakh rupees. And to set up that in each district, it's a huge cost for brands, right? So what they do, they appoint local technicians and they tell them that please go and do that job on our behalf, right? Who suffers in that case? It's the customer, right? So customer suffers because local technician, somebody who doesn't know how to work on that product, would go and handle that product. Maybe he'll break that or he'll replace that with someone local spares, or he won't know how to install it. So what will the customer do? He will abandon that brand. He won't buy any other any next time from that brand. He won't buy anything from that brand. Third person which faces this problem is the retailer. Maybe in cities, we don't face that much of a problem, but in tier 2, tier 3, retailer is someone who the customer trusts, right? For customers, retailers, जिससे मैंने भैया आपसे सामान लिया था, ये खराब हो गया, इसका क्या करना, right? भैया ये मैंने टीवी लिया था, इसको कौन लगवाएगा? आप लगवा के दो, कौन इंस्टॉल करेगा? This happens in smaller towns. So retailer is the person who has to take care of everything. Now this retailer is also suffering. अब वो अपने सामान बेचने पे ध्यान दे या फिर ये सब करवाने पे ध्यान दे. He should invest his time in calling the brands कि भैया मैंने ये टीवी बेचा था, इसका इंस्टॉलेशन करवा दो, मैंने वॉशिंग मशीन बेची थी, इसमें प्रॉब्लम आ रही है. So he'll keep on investing his time in coordinating with brands and service centers rather than his core business, that is to sell products, right? So all the three stakeholders, be it the customer, be it the brand, be it the retail store, all are suffering in this entire value chain. Yeah. So we understood this problem. What's next? What was next step? What is the size of the market? Yeah. So when we talk about the size of the market, when we understood that this is the problem, we wanted to understand how big is this problem and what we can do and how we can fit in this problem and what volumes or scalability we can achieve. So that's the basic, you can say, analysis. So you could see the total available market TAM estimated 25 year 2025 is $18.5 billion. I'll give you 15 seconds. Anybody who can tell me how much that is in rupees? 15 seconds. Anybody? Divim, you are mute.
I'm just thinking.
So the 15 seconds are over. That is 1 lakh crores in terms of rupees. Right? That is the total market of, you can say, warranties, AMCs, repairs, spares, in warranty, out of warranty, whatever happens. This is not the selling value. Right? Product ki value nahi hai. It is only the servicing value. Ya repair ki value hai. So that big is the market. Right? Then second, we came to serviceable available market. That is SAM. That where we can fit in, which categories we can cater to, which territories we can cater to. That we analyzed, and we came to a conclusion that we can have access to a $4 billion market. Yeah. Then we analyzed other parameters. There are a lot of you can say tools to do that, and there are a lot of research to do that. You have to read a lot of industry papers, but you arrive at these numbers. So the SOM for us, serviceable automobile market, is $800 million. That is what we will do as a company. That is what we will do in a couple of years. Okay. So that's how you analyze that if there is a problem. First, you identify a problem, then you quantify the problem. That how big is it? How big you can take your business to? How can you scale that business? Got it? I give you an example of Go Nuts. So they never knew that what is the TAM. It was so small that there was never a profitable business to be made out of. Okay. So the next step is, we have to see and we have to devise a solution. We know the problem, we know how big it is. So now we have to know what is the solution for that. So how we work, what solution we got, and we are working on that same model now. If you see that in front of you. So there are 50,000 brand authorized centers in India which exist. Okay. This ecosystem already exists in India. All right. But what is the problem? Let's say in a city like Mangalore, there would be a Whirlpool service center, there would be a Samsung service center, there would be an LG service center. But there won't be a service center for a regional brand. Let's say we work with a lot of regional brands. There is a brand by the name of Emplesta. Have you heard of that? Emplesta? Okay. So that's a very small brand in terms when we compare to these big players. Now Emplesta also gives 1 year warranty on its products. Yeah. So whenever his customers call, he has to give that service. But he is not able to do that because he doesn't have a service center there. Right? Now, Samsung, he cannot call that Samsung person because he has to identify each and every service center of each brand where it is present, what he has to do. So that's an issue for him. He is a brand, he has to focus on marketing, he has to focus on production. So that's a whole another ball game he has to take through. So what we do, we have taken this ecosystem, 50,000 authorized service centers, right? We are getting them on board on our portal. Okay. Now, when we go to these service centers, we tell them that right now you are doing only Samsung. If you come with us and you partner with us, I will give you business for other 50 brands too. Right? So that service center now has access to 50 brands. Now we go to the brand and we tell them that we have 10,000 service centers on our board. We will give you pin codes. Wherever you are not present, just tell us, we'll get it done. Problem solved. Right? Third is the customer. Now, when a customer comes into this ecosystem, even he is buying or having an Emplesta product or a local brand product, he has a technician who is brand trained from Samsung or LG or Whirlpool. He knows how to work. He knows he has the technical skills. He has the soft skills to handle a customer. So customer is happy. The retailer is happy. He is selling the product and he has to just tell us, boss, मैंने बेच दिया है, आप देख लेना आगे. Yeah, everybody is happy in the ecosystem. But ये अभी तक क्यों नहीं हो रहा था? ये आइडिया हमने करा तो कोई भी कर सकता था. The problem was that in this industry, nobody had introduced technology as of now. So what we did, we introduced technology. Okay. We got the onboarding done for the technicians and the service centers. We onboarded them on our platform. That is a digital platform. Okay. We have a CRM for the service center. CRM, admin panels and CRMs, wherein you just have to put in your request and everything flows, and you can see all parameters of an order or a request, what stage it is in, and everything. So we developed that service centers. We developed a CRM for our brands. We developed a app for our customers. We developed an app for the technicians also. So we introduced technology and we made sure that all this process is happening at a click of a button. And that's how we are integrating the entire industry and all the stakeholders. And that's our business model and that's our solution. Okay. And how we are doing it. So these are the product and services which I was talking about. We have developed. So when we came to a solution, that solution had to be transformed into services and products, right? So if you could see at one end, there are service centers and technicians which take care of our supply part, right? In between there is technology, wherein there are all the apps, all the integrations, all CRMs which we have developed in-house. Then we have that creates a virtual service hub for the industry. So service centers can get new brands orders, brands can get new service centers, and they can give service in each and every pin code. Right? So we started with the problem, we identified the problem, we gauged the market size, right? We devised a solution, and now that is transformed into a product and a service. Done. We also have other tech products also, which you can see at the bottom of the screen. So we have also service skills. We train these technicians also on soft skills and other parameters also, right? So even they are technically trained. They should be trained how to face a customer, how to talk to them, and other aspects in terms of technology. We train them. And on the right side, there are brands, retailers, and consumers who all are benefiting from this. Yep. Now the next step was customer value proposition. So what, after doing all those things, what all the stakeholders are getting? So customers are getting all brands in one app, all installations, in warranty, out of warranty, AMCs, maintenance, ad hoc repair, exchange, everything in one app. Right? What service centers are getting? So 50,000 service centers are getting extra revenue because they are getting extra number of calls from multiple brands. So they are also earning. What are technicians getting? Technicians are also getting daily number of more calls daily. Plus, they are also getting our learning management system access to that. So they are upskilling themselves, right? That makes them to be there in the market, compete with other brand technicians, and also for their job security. That's very important, right? Brands, what are brands getting? They are getting better brand loyalty because customers are getting that best service from them, so they are making repeat purchases. What retail stores are getting, they are now focused on selling products rather than tackling the customers for their installations and repairs, right? So that's the customer value proposition what we are giving. And if you want to understand that, so this is a very popular design to understand customer value proposition. So the left side indicates the company side and the right side indicates the customer side. Okay, I'll start from the right side. So what customer thinks his value proposition is, so whatever he is paying for, it's called sacrifice. Whatever he sacrifice, it's the time and the money and the trust which is sacrificing. What gains he is getting from that brand or that product or service? What pains are being taken care of from that brand or service? And what product he needs to kill that pain and get that gain, right? And on the left side, from a company's point understand that what are the pain points of a customer, and what would you can say, am I audible? Okay. And what are the factors which would drive that customer to buy a product? So I'll give you an example. You all know Tata Nano. Yeah. So I think you guys must be very young or must be just born, or maybe when that was launched. So Tata Nano was launched by Tata, a very big company, one of the biggest in India. And what was the USP? What was the USP of that car?
For people who need transportation, not in bulk, but just
What was the
enough.
selling point? What were their line to sell that? What value they were you can say telling the customers that why you should buy this car? What was the tagline at that time?
It was in India's cheapest car.
Yes, exactly. It was India's cheapest car. Now imagine you have a bike, right? You guys must be riding bikes. When you want to buy your first car, right? You want a tag that you have the cheapest car in India. Do you want that tag? Because you have aspirations. When you move on from a two-wheeler to a four-wheeler, apart from being a comfort, being for safety, being it for number of people of sitting in a car, there is one biggest aspect, that is aspiration. When you buy a car, right? So when you say that I am driving the cheapest car in India, that aspirational value goes down. That is one of the reasons Nano never got that success. There were other factors also, the production problems and all, the costing problems. But that was one of the main problems, because Tata thought that giving customers a value, for them it was that they'll get a four-wheeler, more people would travel, family members can travel together, right? So, but they missed the most important customer value proposition, that is aspiration. So people bought an Alto, just put in some more effort, more money, and they bought an Alto because they didn't want to buy the cheapest car. They'll buy the second cheapest, but won't buy the first cheapest car, right? So that's how in some places the customer value proposition is misjudged by companies. Yeah. Okay. So again, after this discussion, we again come to this process which we discussed. Now you can just relate whatever I have discussed till customer value proposition. So that's where till we that's the point where we'll cover in this session. So now you can relate the problem statement, problem validation and market size, problem solution and processes, customer value proposition. Once you solve that, then obviously you'll hire team, you have tech, you have testing, then you evaluate results, you launch the product, acquire customers, then maintain relationship with them, you then expand in terms of territory, in terms of categories, right? And then there are more steps in a entrepreneurship journey, but today we'll discuss this. So are those first 4 points clear?
Yes, sir.
Sure. Okay. This is the actual process. I showed you the process which has to be followed, but for entrepreneurs, this is the actual process. Whatever you will think will go wrong. So you should be prepared for each and every situation, right? You have to be very street smart. You have to be very adaptive. You have to be very flexible in terms of market, in terms of your processes, in terms of your team, in terms of your thought process, right? Because entrepreneurship journey looks like something which is on the right side of the screen, not on the left side. I'm not scaring you guys. It's a very, you can say, wonderful journey. And if I think any of you would take that journey, you will understand that how fulfilling it is to do something which you really want to do. And you just want to turn up to office every day. It's not a job that आज भी ऑफिस जाना है ना. मुझे रात को लगता है कि मैं कल सुबह जल्दी उठ के मैं ऑफिस पहुंचू यार, 2-4 काम और करने हैं. So that is the feeling which you get when you solve these problems. But the journey would be like that. So just be prepared. And yeah, here we are. Thank you so much. And I'm open for all the questions now. And it could be any question, dumbest, simplest, very tough, complex, anything. I'm open to it.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
So
I'll just
after
stop sharing my screen first. Yeah.
yes,
Okay. Yeah. Tell me.
once we are done with everything, like problems with knowing the size of the market, when product and
I think your voice
when
is
the product,
breaking.
the first
Devim, can you just repeat
yes,
that?
am I audible now?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we test the product initially, and if it's a hit at that time, and later on, if we invest more in the company or the business, and there's a decline showing, what do you do then?
So you have to pivot. So you have to change strategies. You have to change that solution as soon as possible. You have to understand the market. See, anything which is a hit first and then it flops. Let's say it was a hit in the testing phase, MVP test. It was a hit. When you launched it with all all your money and your resources, and it gets failed, you have to just understand the data, what happened, why did our customers didn't like it, where are our processes aligned with what we thought that would deliver that product or the service to our customers. So analysis at that time is crucial. I'll give you an example again to answer this question. I have shown this wonderful journey of service, right? I've shown you that we understood the problem, did the MVP, and we launched everything. The first day, so when we did our MVP, we were very confident that we will hit the market. We launched our app, okay, customer app. And being a CMO, I was responsible for the marketing, right? So we decided that today is the final day, and we'll launch all our campaigns. We'll go all out, and we will introduce our app to our customers. And these were all B2C customers, direct customers. So we launched as a D2C app. So we were very excited. So we launched that in night at 12. I hit the button, and all campaigns were live. We started getting a lot of traction on our ads, on our paid campaigns. We got a lot of messages. We got a lot of impressions. And when you analyze social media data, these are all things are in terms of results and analysis you get from your campaigns. But for the first 2 days, I did not get a single order through our app. Not a single order. Okay. And this is after we have done all our MVPs, we have done all the testings, we have our team, we have our tech, we have our products, everything. For the first 2 to 3 days, there was not a single order. I pushed my relative to put one order so that ek shagun ka order to dalega. So that's how we started. But at that time, we started to understand कि हमने जो market decide करी थी, it was tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 where this problem exists, right? And all our campaigns were in English. Understood? वहां की ऑडियंस इंग्लिश पढ़ के ऐड को नहीं समझती है. हमको ये जानने के लिए एक हफ्ता लगा. It took us 1 week to understand कि हमारी लैंग्वेज ठीक नहीं है, कम्युनिकेशन ठीक नहीं है with our customers. Then we changed our language to Hindi, Bengali, Kannada, and all. And we started regional, you can say targeted marketing. We started getting few orders, right? वहां से हमें समझ आया कि ये चीज हमें चेंज करनी है. हमने सब कुछ सोच लिया था, मार्केटिंग की टोन नहीं समझी थी. वो हमने समझी, हमने वो चेंज करा, सारे क्रिएटिव चेंज करे, सारा अपना मीडियम चेंज करा, फेसबुक से ज्यादा इंस्टा पे गए, राइट? तो ये सब चेंजेस हमने करे. मगर ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम हमें रियलाइज हुआ कि वी वर स्पेंडिंग अ लॉट ऑफ मनी ऑन मार्केटिंग टू गेट दोज कस्टमर्स. तो यू अंडरस्टैंड क्या कस्टमर एक्विजिशन कॉस्ट, एक कस्टमर को लाने के लिए जो कॉस्ट लगती है, इट वॉज टू हाई. हमने डिसाइड किया था वो कस्टमर कॉस्ट होगी करीब 100 रुपए ना, 100 रुपीज. We were spending around 300 rupees to get one customer through our marketing, right? तो हम पहले 2 महीने तक 3 महीने तक वी वर बर्निंग मनी. So what we thought that this is not the right approach. What we should do? So we understood that कि brands के पास तो एक बना बनाया एक customer base है, right? So we changed our model. We went to the brands. हमने उनको बोला कि हम आपकी पूरी इनवारंटी सर्विस हम करके देंगे, राइट? उन्होंने बोला ठीक है, एक प्राइस डिसाइड हुआ, कितना पैसा हम लेंगे, इतना ये होगा, पूरा सारी चीजें हुई, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइन हो गए. ब्रांड के पास रोज के मेरे हर ब्रांड के करीब 200 ऑर्डर 300 ऑर्डर आते हैं. तो जो ऑर्डर्स आते हैं तो वो कस्टमर्स भी लेकर आते हैं 200-300, राइट? वो कस्टमर्स अब मेरे कस्टमर्स हैं. what am I spending on to get those customers? कितना क्या क्या मेरा? Zero, right? तो टू आंसर दैट, कुछ भी ऐसी प्रॉब्लम आती है, फेल होगा यार. मैं खुद फेल हो गया, पहले दिन फेल हो गए, पहले हफ्ते फेल हो गए, पहले 3 महीने फेल हो गए, ठीक है. पर वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग होना कि व्हाट नीड्स टू बी डन, इसको कैसे चेंज करना, पिवट कैसे कर सकते हैं, क्या हम चेंजेस लाएंगे. हम D2C से नाउ वी कॉल आवरसेल्व्स B2B2C, बिजनेस टू कस्टमर, राइट? हमने कभी जब कंपनी स्टार्ट करी थी, हमने हमेशा अपने आप को D2C बोला था. बट वी अंडरस्टूड कि B2B2C से क्या हो रहा है, हमारे कस्टमर आ रहे हैं, फ्री में आ रहे हैं, हमारा कैक 0 है, तो व्हाई नॉट, लेट्स चेंज इट. सो ऐसे होगा, देयर वुड बी अ लॉट ऑफ फेलियर्स, सो यू जस्ट नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द रीजन हाउ यू कैन टर्न इट अराउंड एंड जस्ट गो विद इट. यप, और बताओ.
You all can write your questions in the chat box or feel free to unmute yourself.
यार आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड चैट, यार चैट पैड नहीं है, बात करो ना, लेट्स टॉक. कोई तो क्वेश्चन होगा यार. सब क्लियर है? या तो बिल्कुल किसी को कुछ समझ नहीं आया, या सब समझ आ गया? ओके, ये क्वेश्चन आया है. ओके, मेरे पास कुछ क्वेश्चंस हैं. पहला, हाउ टू कैलकुलेट द साइज ऑफ द मार्केट, एक मेरा क्वेश्चन था, ये पता नहीं पहले पूछा था, I'll answer that. ओके, सो मार्केट साइज इज जनरली कैलकुलेटेड. पहली बात तो आप किस एरिया में हो. लेट्स से वी आर इन इंडिया, सो ऑब्वियसली वील टेक द इंडियन मार्केट. सो देयर आर इंडस्ट्री रिपोर्ट्स विच आर अवेलेबल, पेड भी होती हैं, कुछ फ्री भी होती है. एकदम लेटेस्ट चाहिए तो पेड रिपोर्ट्स होती हैं, जो थोड़ा पिछले साल का डेटा से काम चल जाएगा. तो देयर आर फ्री रिपोर्ट्स विच आर रेडिली अवेलेबल, जिसमें आपको मार्केट का पूरा साइज, टैम वैम सब बताया जाता है. हाउ मेनी प्लेयर्स आर देयर, कौन क्या कॉम्पीट कर रहा है, कौन सी कैटेगरी में कर रहा है. सो दीज ऑल इंडस्ट्री रिपोर्ट्स आर अवेलेबल. सो यू हैव टू स्टडी दोज एंड देन कम टू अ कंक्लूजन टू अंडरस्टैंड योर टैम. Okay. Then another question is, can influencer marketing bring a lot of customers? See, influencer marketing can bring a lot of eyeballs. Yes. आपको attention मिलेगा, मिलता है, ठीक है. बट कन्वर्जन तभी होगा when you are actually solving a problem. सिर्फ eyeballs से नहीं होगा, कस्टमर को वैल्यू दिखना चाहिए. तो वो अपने पैसे को सैक्रिफाइस करता है ना, और इंडियन माइंडसेट ऐसा ही है, एक एक रुपए का हिसाब चाहिए. So influencer marketing can get you a lot of eyeballs, lot of impressions, yes. But उसके बाद अगर आपके पास अच्छा सोल्यूशन नहीं है, वैल्यू नहीं है कस्टमर को देने के लिए, तो एक टाइम के बाद वो आपके लिए कॉस्ट होगी, रेवेन्यू नहीं होगा, मतलब रेवेन्यू स्ट्रीम नहीं बनेगी. One important advice you would like to give. अच्छा, मतलब शादी की, किस चीज की, रिलेशनशिप की, कुछ तो बताओ. चलो, इन टर्म्स ऑफ बिजनेस स्टार्टअप मैं एडवाइस देता हूँ कि कीप योर माइंड एंड ईयर्स ओपन, आंखें कान ना सब खुले रखो. हम लोग ना, मतलब नो ऑफेंस, बट जो टेक वाले होते हैं ना, मेरे को नहीं समझ आते. वो पूरा दिन अपने लैपटॉप पे घुसे रहते हैं, कान में अपने ईयरफोन्स, आईपॉड, वो क्या होते हैं जो भी, डाल के, एंड दे आर कट ऑफ, एंड वो अपनी कोडिंग कर रहे हैं, ये कर रहे हैं. आई एम श्योर उनकी वो जॉब है, बट मुझे ना वो बहुत अजीब सा लगता है. सो जब मैं मेट्रो में भी ट्रैवल करता था ना, मैं तो स्टूडेंट ना, मेट्रो में ट्रैवल कर रहा हूँ या बस में ट्रैवल करता था, तो मैं कभी भी ना ऐसे नहीं कुछ कान में लगा के सुन रहा हूँ, मेरे से नहीं होता. आई यूज्ड टू लिसन टू एवरीबडी. मेट्रो में क्या चल रहा है, बस में क्या चल रहा है, कौन क्या बात कर रहा है, वो अपने ऑफिस की बात कर रहा है तो क्या कर रहा है, कोई बिजनेस की बात कर रहा है फोन पे. तो ये बहुत जरूरी है टू बी ग्राउंडेड, ग्राउंड से जुड़े रहना, सबका सुनते रहना क्या चल रहा है, एक्चुअल ग्राउंड प्रॉब्लम्स क्या है लोगों की. सो मेरे को लगता है बिजनेस करने के लिए वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है टू हैव दैट 360 डिग्री विजन एंड ईयर्स एंड हियरिंग पॉसिबिलिटी. उससे बहुत सारी चीजें आपको समझ आती हैं किताबों से. Sorry. There was an issue with the net. So any other question, anything? कुछ gossip है तो बताओ यार, कुछ बात करते हैं. Everybody is based out of Bombay only? Mumbai based है sir?
No, sir. Some are from Bombay and some are outstation students.
Okay, okay. Got it, got it.
Hello, sir. I have some questions. So, do you mind if I ask?
Please go ahead.
So, like, it's regarding my business only. So, like, actually, I've started a startup on Instagram. So, basically, I provide, party services and activities for parties. Like, जैसे glitter tattoos हो गया, hair braiding, nail art वगैरह वगैरह सब कुछ, like decoration and all. So, I've been putting Instagram ads, but they have not been working that well. So, what other promotion channels I can try? मतलब Instagram ads, I've been ऐसा भर भर के मैं थक चुका, but इतना response आ नहीं रहा है properly.
Okay, targeting marketing सब सही कर रहे हो in terms of areas, in terms of interest, वो सब कर रहे हो?
Yeah.
Okay, and you are getting impressions मिल रहे हैं?
Yeah, likes आ रहे हैं और DMs आ रहे हैं, like लोग पूछ रहे हैं, but उसके आगे leads नहीं आ रही है.
अच्छा, अगर लोग पूछ रहे हैं but they are approaching you,
Yeah.
they are messaging you.
They are approaching, they are asking, date वेट बता रहे हैं, सब event का information दे रहे हैं, but उसके बाद जैसे ghost कर दे रहे हैं, like me giving the details. उसके बाद
Okay. See, मेरे को अंडरस्टैंड करना पड़ेगा कि what are you providing them in terms of कि उनको जो प्रोडक्ट्स या जो सर्विस पार्टी के लिए या वो सब चाहिए, यू आर यू प्रोवाइडिंग दैट इन दैट बजट, उस एरिया के लिए, उस थीम के लिए, उनके टेस्ट के हिसाब से. इफ यू आर डूइंग दैट देन यू शुड टाई अप. अगर पैसा खर्च कर ही रहे हो ना, तो लोकल इन्फ्लुएंसर्स भी होते हैं तुम्हारे एरिया में.
okay.
हर एरिया में, एवरी एरिया हैज अ लोकल इन्फ्लुएंसर जिसके ठीक ठाक फॉलोअर्स होते हैं. सो मे बी डू अ कैंपेन विद देम, ठीक है, टू गेट मोर आई बॉल्स. थोड़ी ऑथेंटिसिटी आती है उससे, बट एंड ऑफ द डे तो अगर उनको वैल्यू दिखेगा तभी वो परचेज करेंगे. आई बॉल्स तो मिल जाएंगी, बट वो तुम ट्राई कर सकते हो. एंड ट्राई टू, मतलब मैंने अभी तुम्हारा डैशबोर्ड देखा नहीं इंस्टा का, बट इंटरेस्ट जो होते हैं ना, हम लोग बहुत पिन पॉइंट इंटरेस्ट डालते हैं एड कैंपेन्स में. थोड़े से वेग भी डाल सकते हो टू गेट कस्टमर्स या यू कैन से ऑडियंस जो कि तो हम सोचते हैं कि वो हमारी ऑडियंस नहीं हो सकती है, बट यू कैन ट्राई दैट इन टर्म्स ऑफ टारगेटिंग। तो उसको थोड़ा सा ट्विक करो। एंड यस, लोकल इन्फ्लुएंसर्स यू कैन यूज, बट यार इस बिजनेस में या एनी बिजनेस में, एंड इफ यू आर स्टार्टिंग स्मॉल, वर्ड ऑफ माउथ इज द मेजर सोर्स ऑफ एक्सपैंडिंग बिजनेस। तो अगर तुमने किसी के लिए कर दिया, इफ यू ऑलरेडी डन दैट फॉर एनीबडी, प्लीज गेट इन टच विद देम। वो तुम्हारे बिगेस्ट ब्रांड एम्बेसडर्स हो सकते हैं। टू टॉक टू देयर रिलेटिव्स, देयर पियर्स, देयर फ्रेंड्स, सबसे बात करना। इवन इफ यू हैव टू पे समथिंग और गिफ्ट समथिंग टू देम, डू दैट। बट उनसे बड़ा ब्रांड एम्बेसडर कोई नहीं हो सकता जिसने तुम्हारी सर्विसेज यूज करी है, एंड दे कैन टॉक अबाउट इट।
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
या व्हाट एल्स?
So we have one question in the chat box. I'll read it out.
श्योर।
What things would you suggest for FYs first years to do after college?
Wait, I'll just read that. What things would you choose? What's FIS यार? मेरे को पहले यार ये सब समझ नहीं आता।
First years.
First years, हाँ? No यार। Okay. See, देखो यार, मैं जैसी मेरी जर्नी रही है, आई हैव अ करियर ऑफ 15 years इन कॉर्पोरेट्स, ठीक है? नौकरी करी है और ग्राउंड लेवल से करी है। आई स्टार्टेड माय करियर फ्रॉम नेस्ले इंडिया, इफ यू हैव हर्ड नेस्ले। मैगी आती है, कॉफी आती है, लैक्टोजन भी आता है, ठीक है? तो आई स्टार्टेड माय करियर फ्रॉम दैट कंपनी एज अ सेल्स ऑफिसर, बिल्कुल ग्राउंड लेवल पे। आई विजिटेड शॉप्स, 40 शॉप्स अ डे, ठीक है? टू मार्केट माय प्रोडक्ट्स, मार्केट माय यू कैन से सर्विसेज, कि आपका डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन यहाँ तक पहुंचेगा, आपकी दुकान तक स्टॉक आएगा। ये सब मैंने किया है। और रेडी स्टॉक के साथ नहीं होता वो दुकान में वो जो तुमने देखा वो डिलीवरी वैन होती है, उसमें बैठ के किया है, ठीक है? या मेरा सजेशन है, हमेशा रहता है कि जो भी जॉब मिले, जैसी भी मिले, आफ्टर कॉलेज या ड्यूरिंग द कॉलेज या पेड इंटर्नशिप, जो भी हो ना, जस्ट डू इट। कभी मत सोचना छोटा है बड़ा है, ये रोल मेरे फिट होगा कि नहीं होगा। हमेशा करना, बिकॉज जो वो सिखाएगा ना, वो आगे कोई कोर्स नहीं सिखाने वाला। आगे बड़ी पोजीशन पे पहुंच के तुम नहीं सीख पाओगे। जो पहले साल 4 से 5 साल हैं जब तुम ग्राउंड लेवल पे काम करते हो, जस्ट टेक दैट वेरी सीरियसली, डोंट रिग्रेट दैट। उसको बस ये समझना कि तुमको लर्निंग करने के पैसे मिल रहे हैं, चाहे वो 10,000 मिल रहे हैं, 20,000 मिल रहे हैं, 50 मिल रहे हैं, 100 लाख मिल रहे हैं, बट अभी तक तुम पैसे दे के पढ़ रहे थे, अब पैसे लेके पढ़ रहे हो। तो ये अप्रोच रखोगे तो बहुत बहुत फायदा होगा, बिकॉज वो जो 4-5 साल में हम लोग सीख जाते हैं, वो आगे कभी वो लर्निंग नहीं हो सकती। हम कितनी भी बड़ी बड़ी बातें कर ले, विजन ये वो, ग्राउंड लेवल पे वो जो लर्निंग का जो टाइम है ना, उसको कभी मत छोड़ना। अगर तुमको कोई ऐसा बॉस मिल जाए, सीनियर मिल जाए, जो तुम्हें ऐसा काम दे रहा हो जो तुम्हारा है नहीं, ठीक है ना, उसके पैर पकड़ लेना कि आपसे अच्छा बॉस नहीं मिला है, क्योंकि वो फ्री में तुमको सिखा रहा है और काम करना, तुम्हारा विजन बड़ा कर, ठीक है? तो कभी भी ये अप्रोच मत रखना कि ये मेरा काम नहीं है, ठीक है? कोई भी काम अगर तुम्हारे परव्यू से बाहर का मिल रहा है ना, सबसे पहले उसको पकड़ना, सबसे पहले सीखना उससे। तो दैट्स माय एडवाइस। बट यस, यू कैन हैव इंटर्नशिप्स, यू कैन हैव समर प्रोजेक्ट्स, काम करो कॉर्पोरेट्स में। अगर एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना भी है, आई एडवाइस यू शुड वर्क फॉर 4-5 years एटलीस्ट इन अ कॉर्पोरेट, अंडर समबडी, किसी बॉस के नीचे काम करो। तब जाके तुम समझोगे, जब तुम बॉस बनोगे, सीधा बॉस बनोगे, एंटरप्रेन्योर बनोगे, बन सकते हो अच्छे, बट लाइव वो ना हैंड्स ऑन नहीं होगा तुम्हारा कि हाउ बॉसेस बिहेव, व्हाई बॉसेस बिहेव लाइक दैट, ठीक है? सो एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप करो, कर सकते हो बिल्कुल, कॉलेज से निकल के भी कर सकते हो, बट आई एडवाइस कि टेक सम एक्सपीरियंस इन द मार्केट। ओके, व्हाट्स नेक्स्ट?
No questions in the chat box.
ग्रेट। एनीबडी एल्स? अभी भी है 5 मिनट, वी कैन हैव दैट सेशन। अगर किसी का कोई भी क्वेश्चन है, पर्सनल है, प्रोफेशनल है, कुछ भी है, बता दो यार। एज एन एल्डर ब्रदर आल्सो आई कैन हेल्प यू आउट, कुछ भी।
We have one question. I'll read it out. Any certification or offline course you would suggest?
Yes, there are a lot of courses. देखो LinkedIn पे there are a lot of courses जो कि फ्री हैं, ठीक है, एंड यू कैन हैव दैट, पैसा नहीं खर्चना है, फ्री में मिलते हैं। आई थिंक एक सस्ती वाली मेंबरशिप ले लो लिंक्डइन की, एंड यू गेट दैट सर्टिफाइड लिंक्डइन कोर्सेज। मगर थोड़ा अच्छा करना है, अभी भी मैं देखता हूँ जितने भी, बी ऑन अ लुकआउट, आई एम बैंगलोर ने अभी कोर्सेज निकाले हुए हैं, ठीक है, फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट है, स्वयं के नाम से। स्वयं इज एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हु इज डूइंग दैट। फ्री कोर्सेज हैं, फ्री स्टडी मटेरियल मिलता है, मेल पे आता है, पढ़ो, जितना पढ़ सकते हो पढ़ो। एग्जाम देना है तो तुम्हारी चॉइस है, 1000 रुपये लगते हैं, रजिस्टर करो, एग्जाम दे दो, गेट अ सर्टिफिकेट फ्रॉम आई एम बैंगलोर। ऐसे बहुत सारे कोर्सेज हैं जो आप ऑनलाइन जाओगे, यू कैन सर्च, अच्छे कॉलेजेस अच्छे ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस कराते हैं, फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट कराते हैं, सस्ते कराते हैं। तो अभी जो मेरे दिमाग में है, अभी इनफैक्ट मैंने भी एनरोल किया हुआ है, आई डोंट नो मेरे पास टाइम होगा कि नहीं एग्जाम देने का। आई एम बैंगलोर का कोर्स है, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप पे है, इवैल्यूएशन पे है, फ्री का आ रहा है मेरे पास मटेरियल। इवन इफ मैं एग्जाम नहीं भी दूंगा, मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ ना, मेरी नॉलेज तो बढ़ी रही। सो देयर लॉट ऑफ कोर्सेज यू कैन हैव, फ्री है, पैसा नहीं खर्चना।
So do you trade in stock market?
सॉरी
Do you trade in stock market?
यार, आई यूज्ड टू ट्रेड, मैं करता था, बहुत पढ़ाई करके मैंने शुरू किया था, बट स्टॉक मार्केट बहुत टाइम ले मांगती है, बहुत फोकस
So
मांगती है।
have you tried FNO?
या मैंने सब कुछ ट्राई करा हुआ है, बट अब नहीं करता हूँ, बिकॉज टाइम बहुत चाहिए, फोकस बहुत चाहिए, और अभी फोकस तो यहाँ लगा हुआ है अपनी कंपनी बनाने में। सो दैट्स व्हाई आई एम नॉट डूइंग इट, बट आई सजेस्ट जब भी करो बहुत पढ़ाई करके करो, ठीक है। एनालिस जो तुम्हारा टेक्निकल एनालिसिस होता है वो करना अच्छे से करो, जो फंडामेंटल एनालिसिस तो है ही है, बट टेक्निकल एनालिसिस जितना पढ़ोगे, जितना समझोगे, उतना रिस्क कम होता जाएगा, अदरवाइज बहुत रिस्की है लॉन्ग टर्म। ये शॉर्ट टर्म की बात करो, लॉन्ग टर्म में कभी भी शेयर मार्केट रिस्की नहीं है, लॉन्ग टर्म में तो हमेशा फायदा है। इन्वेस्ट कर दो ब्लू चिप कंपनीज में, पैसा डाल दो, 5 साल बाद बढ़ना ही है, कभी नहीं घटेगा। बट ये जो शॉर्ट टर्म वाला केस है, उसके लिए टेक्निकल एनालिसिस बहुत ज्यादा पढ़ना पड़ेगा, उस पर टाइम इन्वेस्ट करो तो तुम्हारा रिस्क कम हो जाएगा, ठीक है। लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए फंडामेंटल एनालिसिस, शॉर्ट टर्म के लिए टेक्निकल एनालिसिस। उसके बहुत सारे कोर्स है, रचना रानाडे, इफ यू नो, जो भी स्टॉक मार्केट करता होगा उसको जानता होगा। देयर लॉट ऑफ फ्री कोर्सेज ऑल्सो, देयर आर पेड कोर्सेज ऑल्सो। तो और वो उस भाषा में समझाती है जो हमें समझ आता है, हिंदी में समझाती है, ज्यादा ज्ञान नहीं होता है, तो इसलिए वो समझ आता है, तो यू कैन ट्राई दैट। ओके, क्या है, एनी बट ऑल ऑफ देम ऑनलाइन, वुडंट ऑफलाइन प्रोवाइडर बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग? ओके, ये कोर्सेज का ही आई थिंक क्वेश्चन है। हाँ
Yes.
बिल्कुल होते हैं यार, ऑफलाइन कोर्सेज भी होते हैं। मैंने इसलिए बोला क्योंकि तुम स्टूडेंट हो, आई डोंट वांट, मैं भी स्टूडेंट रहा हूँ, पैसा खर्च करने में मेरा बड़ा जी जाता था, मिडिल क्लास फैमिली से हूँ तो इसलिए मैंने सजेस्ट किया कि ऑनलाइन कोर्सेज करो, फ्री मिलते हैं, अच्छे मिलते हैं, और फ्यूचर ऑनलाइन ही है। बट हाँ, ऑफलाइन में अगर तुम्हें पर्सनल हेल्प चाहिए तो गो फॉर ऑफलाइन क्लासेस, देयर आर गुड इंस्टीट्यूट, सर्टिफिकेशन कोर्सेज करवाते हैं, मैनेजमेंट कॉलेजेस करवाते हैं। थोड़ा अगर पैसा है तो प्लीज डू इट फ्रॉम रिप्यूटेड कॉलेज, समझ आए ना आए, सर्टिफिकेट अच्छा मिलता है, उसका फायदा होता है। हम लोग चाहे कुछ भी बोल लें, बट फायदा होता है, ठीक है। पैसा पैसा भी खर्च कर लोगे और अच्छे कॉलेज में भी नहीं सर्टिफिकेट लोगे तो दैट्स। हाँ जी, सॉरी।
कोई आप सजेस्ट कर सकते हैं इंस्टीट्यूशन और कोई भी जो कराते हैं ये ऑफलाइन कोर्सेज?
यार बहुत सारे कॉलेज को मैं कैसे इंडोर्स करूं,
मुंबई बेस्ड में,
बट
इफ यू नो एनी नेम ऐसा अभी ऑन
यार
स्पॉट।
इक्फाई भी कराता है, देन आईएम्स भी कराते हैं, इफ आई टॉक अबाउट मैनेजमेंट कोर्सेज, राइट।
नेसेसरी नहीं है मैनेजमेंट, आई गेस
तो फिर तो
मार्केटिंग आल्सो वर्क्स, एनीथिंग फिगर
तो
आउट करने के लिए कि क्या पसंद
एनआईटी भी करवाता है कोर्सेज। सो एनआईटी के थ्रू जाओ, अपग्रेड के पास जाओ, अपग्रेड हैज ऑल द कोर्सेज, सब सब जितने भी आपके सब्जेक्ट्स हैं, या जितने भी आपके जॉनर्स हैं, फील्ड्स हैं, उनके ऑफलाइन ऑनलाइन दोनों होते हैं, ऑफलाइन का भी उनके पास ऑप्शन है इफ यू ट्राई। तो अपग्रेड से के थ्रू जाओ यार, वो बड़े अच्छे इंटीग्रेटर हैं हमारे लिए, तो कुछ भी पढ़ना हम चले जाते हैं। सो कोर्सेज हैं अभी आज की डेट में, अगर मार्केटिंग पढ़ रहे हो या बिजनेस में जाना है, डिजिटल मार्केटिंग इज वेरी इन, यू शुड स्टडी दैट, वो फ्यूचर है, टू अंडरस्टैंड ट्रेंड्स एंड ऑल। ट्रेडिशनल मार्केटिंग तो है ही है, बेसिक वही रहेगा हमेशा, बट डिजिटल मार्केटिंग का फ्यूचर है, वहाँ पे तुमको बहुत एक्सपोजर मिल रहा है आजकल, अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिलती हैं, तो गो फॉर दैट। एसईओ, एसएमओ, ये सब बहुत बहुत चलता है, राइट। और क्रिएटिविटी चाहिए तो यू कैन डू कंटेंट मार्केटिंग कोर्सेज आल्सो, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, क्योंकि कंटेंट तो सबको चाहिए, या। और ये क्या लिखा है, डू यू टेक थेरेपी, हाउ डू यू टेक केयर ऑफ योर मेंटल हेल्थ? ओके, ये मेरा वैसे फेवरेट टॉपिक है, टाइम कम है, बट यस, मेंटल हेल्थ बहुत जरूरी है। मेरे करियर में, एज आई वर्क विद नेस्ले, आई वर्क विद टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया एंड ऑल लॉट ऑफ ब्रांड्स, बट आई हैव आल्सो वर्कड विद एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बाय द नेम ऑफ द आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग। हैव यू हर्ड ऑफ दैट? श्री श्री रविशंकर, you know? You guys know Shri Shri Ravi Shankar? That's a very big spiritual guru. Okay, तो मैंने उनके लिए, आई वाज द नेशनल सेल्स हेड फॉर द पब्लिकेशन डिवीजन एक टाइम पे। तो उससे पहले मैं बहुत ठीक ठाक था, बस मंदिर जाता था, स्पिरिचुअल थोड़ा बहुत था। बट जब मैं वहां गया तो आई यूज्ड टू दे यूज्ड टू हैव दीज कोर्सेज, मेडिटेशन कोर्सेज, तो आई यूज्ड टू टेक दैट। मैं जब फ्री हो जाता था तो मैं वो कोर्सेज करता था मेडिटेशन के। दैट हेल्प्स, दैट रियली हेल्प्स, आपको काम रखता है, कंपोज रखता है, फोकस रखता है, और नेगेटिविटी दूर होती है उससे। तो मैं एंडोर्स नहीं कर रहा हूँ उनको, बट ऐसे बहुत सारे कोर्सेज हैं, तो टेक ऑन मेडिटेशन, स्पिरिचुअलिटी, रीड गीता, if not Gita, if you are from other religion, then read Quran, read Bible. Everything, every text has some good things to tell you, and बहुत बहुत उससे शांति मिलती है, मेंटल हेल्थ अच्छी रहती है। मेडिटेशन बहुत जरूरी है। एक्सरसाइज ऑब्वियसली बहुत जरूरी है। फिजिकल एक्सरसाइज से यू गेट रिड ऑफ लॉट ऑफ टॉक्सिन्स, जो कि आपको नेगेटिविटी से दूर रखता है। तो या ऐसे ठीक रह सकते हो। ओके, डू यू बिलीव इन gold investment or in fixed deposit? None. I believe in investing in myself. अपने पे इन्वेस्ट करो यार, नॉलेज पे इन्वेस्ट करो, अपने बिजनेस पे इन्वेस्ट करो, अपने स्किल्स पे इन्वेस्ट करो। उससे बड़ी इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं है। थोड़ा भी पैसा है, अपने आप को अपस्किल करो, राइट। अभी इस एज में जितना ये इस पे इन्वेस्टमेंट कर लोगे, ये सब गोल्ड वोल्ड सब पीछे रह जाएगा। मानो तुमने कोई अपने कंपनी में इन्वेस्ट कर लिया, तुमने अच्छा खड़ा कर लिया अपने बिजनेस को, और उसका 10x वैल्यूएशन हो गया, तो खत्म ना। इससे अच्छा इन्वेस्टमेंट तो हो ही नहीं सकता। इन्वेस्ट इन योरसेल्फ, या। और क्या, एनीथिंग एल्स?
Sir, I had a question.
या
Hello.
या टेल मी।
So I'm a third year right now, and I have done 2 internships in finance and in marketing.
ओके,
So do you have any suggestions in what department or which direction should I go from here? Because I actually didn't like any of the two options.
यू डिडंट लाइक मार्केटिंग?
No.
वाह, आई स्पेंड माय होल लाइफ इन मार्केटिंग यार, ऐसे मत बोलो। बट हाँ, देखो जनरली देयर आर टू ऑप्शंस। वन इज यू चूज अ डिपार्टमेंट विच यू लव। अगर वो मिल रहा है तो अच्छी बात है, ठीक है। मगर इफ यू आर नॉट गेटिंग द डिपार्टमेंट विच यू लव, तो चूज अ गुड कंपनी, अगर जॉब करनी है तो। सो ईदर में से कुछ चूज कर लो। अगर स्ट्रगल करना ही है, इफ यू आर नॉट गेटिंग द डिपार्टमेंट विच यू लव एंड यू डोंट लाइक द वर्क, एटलीस्ट चूज अ गुड कंपनी। And if you are getting a good company and they are telling you to work in some other department and you don't have an option to work in your favorite department, then you choose that company. And if you are getting what you love to do and it's a smaller company, go for it. Okay, it would be a dream that you get a dream job and a dream department in a dream company, तो वो तो उससे अच्छा कुछ है नहीं, but at least choose one. दोनों ही गलत चूज करोगे, it's a company you don't like and it's a department you don't like, you will struggle. तो वो मुश्किल है, बट एटलीस्ट ट्राई टू चूज वन। इतने ऑप्शंस होने चाहिए, यू शुड हैव सो मेनी ऑप्शंस कि एटलीस्ट यू गेट वन ऑफ दोस। बट marketing, finance, yes, finance teaches you a lot of stuff, but I think marketing, sales teaches a lot of things which are beyond other departments, as that's my personal bias. But sales and marketing, if you do it in your you can say earlier career period, then you learn a lot of things and you start work, you can say you start learning to work with people, and in future you would see that most of the work, or you can say most of the jobs are done just by interacting with people, networking, understanding people. So if you get that, you can say the stepping stone is sales and marketing. That will help you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. What else?
I think that's it, sir. There are no more questions in the chat box.
Great, guys. Great. So thank you so much for your time. अब तो बहुत लेट हो गया, अब तो क्या मस्ती करोगे तुम लोग, वैसे कर सकते हो यांगो. तो thank you so much यार for giving me time and listening to my ज्ञान. तो मैं ज्यादा दे देता हूँ कभी कभी, but thank you so much and I look forward, मिलेंगे जल्दी.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
sir, for your time. It was a lovely session. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to you, sir, for gracing us with your valuable insights. Your presence and expertise have added immense value to our gathering today. We've gained a lot of knowledge, and we hope we have future entrepreneurs who get inspired from you. Students, I request you to fill the feedback form, which is present in the chat box. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. I had a lovely time. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.